Hello, hello. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the battle for that round 4 of the EF26 season. We are mid-season. It's pretty hard qualification this morning. A lot of wall tap. This is a technical track. Today we are here at Ferropolis in Germany. And no, I'm not going to try to pronounce the name of the city. But we got 32 drivers that are super hyped for this event today, ready to give everything they have in store for us. On this layout. So you can ignore those qualification points from this morning, but we can see the layouts there. Drivers really fast speed up from the starting line, coming on the initiation there, trying to put their tires on the line for outside zone number 1 while slowing down, locking the angle for the inside clip number 1, and we really wanted drivers there to open the line, leave some room for the chase so they can make a beautiful transition for that second decel before outside zone number 2. Scraping the bumper on the wall, locking the angle all the way around inside clip 2 on the wall for outside zone 3. Really long zone there with a wall. Drivers are going to be maxing out the angle a little bit coming out of the outside zone 3 for that this third decel on outside zone number 4. Locked in again all the way around 5, 6, and then a small throttle lift or end brake dab for placement of the car onto the outside zone 7. Another wall there. So it's wall all around. We got talented drivers though. I'm sure they're not going to hit the wall that much. And we're going to get ready here with our drivers. We got, like I said, 32 drivers ready to compete today. And we're going to open this up with Igor that is going to go against Felipe. Then we're going to get Drake against Virgil, Ahmed against Tristan, and then Chase against Gleb. We'll do a quick server switch and come back with the second group for top 32. So on until we got our 16, then our 8th or 4th. Third place, and finally the winner for this round. I think we got the drivers at the line already ready to roll. So we're gonna give them the go here in a second. So we got Igor in the lead. Going against Santos in the chase. We are getting the starting light in place for the drivers to rock. And that beautiful starting light coming up here. Getting in that position, drivers are maybe a bit stressed, ready to roll, make some noise. Igor going against Santos. And it's a go. Coming to the initiation. Igor with the full flick, putting the tires on the line. Santos on the door. Great mimic here for the transition onto outside zone 2. Little tire drop from Santos that has a hard time catching up on Igor that is locked in, trying to pull away. Coming to the outside zone 4, putting the bumper on the wall. Santos is back in the pocket. And a little contact on the wall. Looked like Santos was a bit too aggressive here. We're gonna bring them around for that second leg of the battle. Turning them around, Santos in the lead this time. Great initiation from Santos, taking a bit of the inside line, but placing the tire where it needs to be on the inside clip. We got Igor closing that gap, getting in the pocket for the inside clip. Not sure if that was a tire drop also on this side. You just got to play it safe. Move on top 16. Santos, that is locked in all the way around, barely touching the outside zone 6, making that transition a bit too much of angle. And hitting the wall again. That's unfortunate here. A little of oversteer from Santos. We already have 2 for Igor. 3 for Igor. Igor moves on. Top 16. GG boat driver. Thank you, Santos. Showing up, collecting those points on the season leaderboard for being there in top 32. And we're gonna get ready with our second battle now. Introducing Drake going against Virgil. As we are getting the drivers to the line now. Massive boat here with the Mustang. Got Drake ready to roll. Waiting for Virgil. His 45-second countdown started already. And if Virgil doesn't show up, it's going to be Byron here. And we get the Byron going here. So Drake here's pulling out a show, maxing out the angle on the outside zone 3. Beautiful line from Drake Burke. And even pulling that 360 here at the end. It's going to be an easy decision for the judges with Drake moving on to top 16. And it is a confirm for Drake. Moving on, next battle drivers are at the line, ready to roll. It's going to be Ahmed, currently leading the season championship, going against Tristan. And it's a go for a driver here. Ahmed really pulling away, leaving Tristan in the dust, trying to cut the line, get back in the pocket, but Ahmed is gripped up, locked in. Tristan back in the pocket, having a hard time with the Mimic as Ahmed is laying out the clinical run so far, putting the bumper on the wall. Great transition here from Ahmed on the wall, no hesitation, crossing the finish line. Tristan was a bit in difficulty throughout that run. And see that Ahmed really pulled away. As we get the drone shot here. May not be the best quality. But we're gonna switch them around. This time Tristan is gonna be in the lead, Ahmed in the chase. Ahmed is on the door. Tristan also trying to get away. Really good lead so far. Ahmed is really aggressive. Little door tap there. Coming out the outside zone number 3, coming through the wall. Tristan is going everything, giving everything he got here as they transition for the last outside zone. Look at the Mimic from Ahmed. That was beautiful. And it's unanimous decision for Ahmed moving on, top 16. GG both drivers, thank you Tristan for showing up. We didn't have it easy with Ahmed going against directly from the start. Ahmed that has a lot to lose, so he needs those points. He wants to keep that spot on the leaderboard. Gleb showing that is second on the leaderboard, coming up next. Got them both at the line, ready to roll. Chase in the lead, Gleb in the chase. Gleb had a bit of difficulty this morning in qualification, but he is in the battle, he's in the show. Chase that is playing it safe, a bit late on his transition. Gleb leaving some tire marks on his door. Outside zone 3 to 4, Gleb taking the inside line there. He is on the bucket, on the door. With all the pressure on Chase that is laying out a clinical lead. Oh, and it looks like the driver went back to pit, which is offense. It does look like Chase went to the pit, which is not rated, unfortunately. So we're gonna give Gleb the buy run here on that second leg of the battle. Hopefully he can keep his car in good condition as he'll be moving on to the top 16. And Gleb, the kind of driver that may not be performing so well in qualification, but when it's time for battle, he is there. Good job. Gleb is moving on, unanimous decision. And we're We're going to be moving on to our next group of top 32 here. We can already see that there was an upsert with Chase. This is super unfortunate going back to the pit. Igor won his battle against Felipe. Drake won against Virgil, and Ahmed against Tristan. We are getting the driver back on the server. We'll be going straight into our second group of top 32, starting with Jacob going against Damien, a wild card for today's event. Then we'll have Liam going against Fabian, Ahmed against Polo, that is also a white card, and we're going to finish that left side of the bracket, top 32, with Effervescence going against Marek Bokok. Are getting the driver back here. Get the driver now ready to roll. Oh, and I always get confused with Bartko and Bokok. So yeah, it's going to be Jacob, Bartko going against Damien Snopek. And big shout out to our sponsor, again, partners, collaborators. These guys are all helping us out. Much appreciate the support and the help. It looks like we are ready here with our first battle of that second group. Snowpack staying on the line here. We're going to give a restart there. Something happened with his car. Drivers are allowed up to 3 restarts like that before they get DNF. And it does look like Barco is going to take full advantage there. And oh no, he did stop his car going back to the line. Perfect. So we're gonna let the driver switch their tires, get fresh tires from the pit. They do pass through a lot of tires during those competitions. Tires last about 2 runs, so if you start to do 2.5 runs on the same set of tires, you're definitely gonna notice it. But they are back at it here. Barco. Looks like still the same thing. It's going to be the last restart here. And that's going to be the last restart here. It looks like Snowpeck slept at the line. If you sleep at the line again, it's going to be a DNF for him. So this is the last opportunity for Damien to jump on the battle. If he stays at the line, he's gonna miss the party. And it's a go this time. Both drivers leave the starting line. Barco in the lead. Snowpeck in the chase. Snowpeck with the great mimic, lacking a bit of proximity. He's trying to get back in the pocket there. Compromising a bit of angle for the proximity, but he's back at it now. Barco laying out a clinical lead, maxing out the angle out of that zone before the transition for 4, 5, 6. Going deep on 6. And great commitment for that last transition onto outside zone 7. Snowpeck that was back in the pocket there, crossing the finish line on the door. And we got them back at the line here. Switch around. We got Damien in the lead, going against Jacob in the chase. And it's a go for Snowpeck in the lead. A huge flick, barely filling out the outside zone number 1. But Barco is on the door. Great mimic, able to anticipate all of those transition and correction coming from the lead driver. A bit less angle, but good proximity there. Playing it safe. He's on the door of Snowpeck, putting all of the pressure. Snowpeck hitting the wall a little bit and crashing onto outside zone 7. That's unfortunate. I think he fumbled a little bit under the pressure there. That wall tap did push him offline, and then it becomes really tricky to do those transitions. Drivers are going at high rate of speed. Those are pro cars, around 1000 HP, so small wall tap can make a big difference. And it is unanimous for Barco. Moving on, top 16. This time we have Liam going against Fabienne. We're just waiting for that starting light to be back. All right, looks like we are in place for this battle. Lian Akiko going against Fabian Montes. Lian in the lead. Two solid driver, one representing Ashira, the other one representing Saido. Great mimic from the Chase driver here. Liam is coming with a lot of speed, really locked in through that transition from 2 to 3. Coming up, second transition here on the wall, playing it safe. Montes leaving some tire marks on Liam's door. And finally outside zone 7. Great proximity, awesome mimic. Drivers are tires to tires, door to doors, crossing the finish line. We are switching them around. Montes in the lead, dropping the tire there, and that's unfortunate. That's gonna be not sure if there was a contact there. Judges are gonna watch the replay. Let us know what you think in the chat if you saw anything. So we got one for Liam. Two for Liam. And it's going to be an unanimous decision for Liam moving on. Looks like unfortunately Fabian hit the wall or something there. That pushed him up the course. Thank you for showing up, GG both drivers. Moving on. Our next participants. Great proximity overall, a bit less of angle. Absolutely got hitting the wall. Oh no. But it's never a finish until it is a finish. You never know what can happen next. We are turning them around this time. Paulo in the lead, Subaga in the chase. Subaga is trying to put all of the pressure on Paulo, forcing him to make a mistake. Paulo is trying to stay composed. He's not fooling under the pressure, laying out a clinical lead, coming to that transition there, playing it safe on the wall, contact from Absuliga, pushing Polo on the wall. And that's gonna be a massive error, unfortunately. Sometimes a bit too much pressure. And the judges are looking at the replay to be sure about their decision for those contacts. Let us know in the chat what you guys think. Was it the lead's fault or the chase fault? And it looks like it's going to be OMT, 0 in the lead for both drivers. We're bringing it back. Second opportunity here. And we have some marshal relaying the information to the driver for that OMT. Both drivers were considered at fault on the lead. So we're running it again this time. Polo taking a bit of the inside line, trying to catch that door. Not able to have the mimic in place. He's having a hard time staying in the pocket as Absolia is trying to pull away. Coming to the outside zone number 4, fully committed for 5 and 6. Almost touching the wall there with his bumper, but he is in control, foiling the entire outside zone number 7 and crossing the finish line. Turn them around this time. Small contact there. Really clean run from both. We'll see here. Judges are going to want to watch at some of the replay. We got 2 already for Hamed and 3 anonymous decision for him. The lead driver's Polo is going to be deemed at fault. Hamed moving on. Thank you, Polo, for showing up. Wild card, mixing everything there for the bracket. See you the next event. And next up, we got Ed Vinas. Coming up to the line right here against Bokak. All right. It's a go. Hamed in the lead. Are closing that gap there on the door. Really in the pocket. Now taking the inside line. He completely mistimed his transition. Venus is leaving him a bit in the dust, but he's now back on the door, coming from outside zone number 4. Edvinas committed there on this transition. Small angle correction, but overall a smooth lead. Coming to the outside zone 8, hitting the wall. That's unfortunate. And that is unfortunate. I know Edvinas has been practicing a lot this week. But wait 1 second here for everyone to be ready. Right, and we are sending the driver. Great initiation there. Both drivers are timed perfectly. Buckcock hitting the wall. Looks like it's gonna be one more time for them. Gonna run it again. There's a wall everywhere on this track. It's quite tricky. Edvinas in the lead, back in the chase, hopefully no wall this time. Good initiation from Edvinas. Buckcock is right behind with the mimic, timing his transition way better this time. On the door, not letting Edvinas getting away this time. Coming to the outside zone number 4. Great commitment from Edvinas, he really knows this track very well. Maxing out the angle for outside zone 7 and managed to keep it across the finish line. Gonna flip them around for the second leg of that battle. Buckcock in the lead at this time. It's Edvinas in the chase. Edvinas taking a bit of the inside line, kind of a tire drop there on the inside clip. He wants to stay in the pocket, doesn't want to give any room for Buckcock. Any opportunity to get away. Buckcock maxing out the angle, had to do a correction from 5 to 6. And are coming onto the outside zone 7. Great angle, great pressure from Edvinas in the back. See what our judges are going to say. Looking at the replays, they got some different angle to watch. Some small mistakes from both drivers in the chase, in the lead. They have to do some math. And we got 1, 2 for Edvinas. And 3, it's going to be an unanimous decision for Edvinas moving on top 16. Thank you, Marek, for showing up. GG, it was not an easy call. Small mistakes from both drivers, but overall solid run from you two. So thank you so much. And we are going to attack the last battle of the left side of our top 32. We are already moving on to the right side of the bracket here. And on the right side of that bracket, we got Tyler that's going to go against Roger, then Archer going against Oliveira, then Alawi going against Duran, and Diaz against Algetani before we move to our last group of top 32. If you have a favorite, let us know in the chat. Who do you think is going to win this round 4 of the EF26 season? And we have drivers that are joining the server, getting ready at the line as we speak. Really well played from both drivers on this run. Judges are analyzing everything. We're taking the battle, lead to lead, chase to chase. Wondering if those little love tap are going to come in onto Alawi, or was it too much decel from the lead? We got one OMT, two OMT, and it's gonna be anonymous for an OMT. Looks like Alawi did give some love tap, but on the other end had a better chase, so they want to see that again. We're gonna bring it back. Just need the drivers to get fresh tires and come back to the line. Really close for a decisive make winner here. So Alawi going back into the lead, they ran in the chase, ran it back for that OMT. It's a go. Alawi in the lead this time. Duran leaving a lot more room on him, a bit less aggressive on the chase, but now he's in, taking the inside line, having to do a massive correction, and Alawi is pulling away. Coming to the outside clip number 4, 5, 6. Duran is back in the pocket, playing it safe as both drivers leave their bumper on the wall. And it's a go. This time we got Duran in the lead. Alawi in the chase. Alawi is pushing. Wants to put all of the angle and all of the pressure on Duran. Trying to force him to do mistakes, but Duran stay under control, under the pressure, crossing the line, and Alawi putting all of that pressure on him. Judges are going to take a look at the replays and the telemetry for the results. And it's going to be anonymous for Alawi. Moving on, top 16. GG. Thank you, Duran, for showing up. It's not an easy call. You guys, both of you did amazing. And we're going to be getting the last battle for that group. William Diaz going against Abdullela. We're gonna be sending the driver here. Oh, one of the driver missed the line, the starting light, so gonna give a restart again. Gonna be giving that restart here. Looks like that chase driver missed the go. And Diaz is back. Second strike for William. Hopefully this time it's the right one. And it's a go. Both drivers leaving the line. Got Diaz in the lead going against Abdulela in the chase. Diaz that is gripped up with a lot of speed, a lot of commitment. Coming to those transition. Abdulela pushing him a little bit there with the wall tap. Trying to go for the procs instead of the mimic. But he is there. Diaz filling the zone. Abdulela playing it safe in the back there. Just wanna make sure you land this run and without any contact or crash. We are turning them around. Abdulela in the lead, laying out a clinic so far. Diaz in the chase with the mimic, looking good. Closing that gap, leaving some tire marks out of outside zone number 3. Coming to the transition for outside zone 4. And small contact there. Let Abdulela straight in. Yes, crossing the finish line. Are looking if there was decel outside of those decel zone. That's why we added those red lines on the track. Help the drivers understand where they should be slowing down and when they should be on throttle. So was that contact due to a decel or not? Who's at fault? What all the judges are looking into. We got 1, 2, 3 unanimous decision for Abdulela. Diaz gonna be deemed at fault. Thank you for showing up. GG to both drivers. Moving on, top 16. As we keep going through our top 32. It's not going to be our group 4, starting with Hassan Saleh going against Nicolas Garcin. Then we got Dominic Moya that will be going against Florian Engel. Then Iban Torreblanca going against Kai Grogan. And Thomas Farinelli against Oscar Muscor. I do my best, guys, with your name. I apologize for those that I mispronounce. I know some of you send me a DM to help me out. I appreciate you all. We are getting the driver loaded onto our last group for top 32. We see that there were some upset on the left side. Gleb Shoshin with his Byron that managed to move on top 16. Same with Roger that got a Byron. Tyler Dog that didn't show up for his battle. And right now, what we just saw, Abdulela that upsert Diaz. We're on top 16. Looks like we have another driver, this time calling up his 5 minutes. So we'll take a short break. It's time to go grab some water, grab something to eat. There's only more fire battles coming up as we are about to close that top 32, round 4. We'll be right back.
Я тебя люблю, скажи мне да или нет. Зомби в моей комнате не выключает свет. Сколько времени прошло или сколько лет? Чё, поверили, блядь? Она знает, почему у меня такие штаны. Она попалась, насосала и ответила да. Я так люблю тебя, поверю, между нами хуйня. Я не знаю почему, но уже боюсь без тебя. Она знает, почему у меня такие штаны. Она попалась, насосала и ответила да. Я так люблю тебя, поверь, но между нами хуйня. Я не знаю почему, но уже боюсь без тебя. Я знаю, то, что раньше не изменяла, понял. Твой туалет охуище выше измеряла по дням. Ты выглядишь так охуительно, примерно на рам. Мой проведет все это в шопе, если не могу сам. Мне везет я с фортуной, бери деньги у мамы. Мы писали альбомы, добро, мы пишем романы. Мы купили.
Alright, we are back. We got an update from that driver. Looks like there was some family emergency. And we're going to be giving the Byron here for Hassan Salik. He's at the line, ready to go. Strong performance from Salik. I know he's been competing, I think, in 3 comps today. He's like everywhere at the same time. So driver that is really active, on the competition scene. I will be moving on to our top 16. And we're just gonna confirm his results here. And that's it. Select moving on top 16. GG. Next up, we got Dominic going against Florian Engel. Dominic in the lead, Florian in the chase. All tire drop there. Dominic that is taking the bro line, taking it super wild there, but he's locked in. Engel putting all of the pressure on him, coming with a lot of angle through that transition for outside zone 4. Small contact there. It's only love as the transition for that last outside zone 7. Another contact. Looks like Dominic is pulling a bit more angle than Engel. And we're gonna turn them around. Getting Engel in the lead this time. Engel in the lead with the huge initiation coming in with a lot of speed. Dominic is there with the Mimic in the back, trying to catch up, get this car in the pocket. He is there now, but Florian is not letting go the throttle 1 second. He's full throttle all the way around, trying to pull away from Dominic as they come to the outside zone 4, 5, and now 6. The lead is amazing so far, really solid. And contact, pushing the lead on the wall for Dominic. Judges are going to be looking at the replay, see if there was a lag or something like that. We're waiting for the results, trying to see who's at fault for that contact, but it does look like the chase is going to be deemed at fault. We got 2 for Engel. And it's going to be an anonymous decision for Engel moving on, top 16. Thank you so much, Dominic, for showing up. Never easy. Sometimes small mistakes like that happens, and on the competition live, it can be catastrophic. Better luck on the next run as we get the driver pulling up to the line now. Gonna get Torreblanca in the lead, going against Grogan in the chase. And wasn't sure if they were going, if the lead was sleeping, but he decided to go, didn't stop his car. He's there with the Mimic in the back. Torreblanca coming in fully committed from outside zone 2, 2, 3. Little contact on the inside clip. Grogan is putting all of the pressure. Torreblanca is taking advantage of the full width of the track. Really filling out those zones and going as deep as possible, but Grogan is there and in the pocket. Nice Mimic. It was an amazing run from both drivers. Great lead, great chase. Solid performance. This time we got Kai Grogan in the lead. Ivan in the chase. Torreblanca is going to try to put all of the pressure, the same vibe, energy that he got from Grogan when he was in the chase. Let's see now, Grogan in the lead, coming with a huge initiation. Torreblanca is right there on the pocket, taking a bit of the inside line, managed to keep it safe and avoid the contact. He's back there with the Mimic. Grogan didn't flinch, coming to the outside zone number 4. Great timing on those transitions. Look at the Mimic, look at the proximity. We're less than 1 meter away from both cars. Finally, small contact right before the finish line. That was great. Battle for both of them. So judges are looking at the errors that were made. Looks like Torreblanca did have some difficulty coming on OZ2 in the chase. Got one for Grogan, one OMT. This is going to be a split decision here. Another OMT, so we'll run it back. Apparently there was some contact and some errors made, and some of the judges decided to go with the OMT, while others believe that the mistake from Torreblanca on that outside zone 2 were bigger. So split decision with that OMT. Torreblanca in the lead, Grogan in the chase, Grogan putting all of the pressure on him. Look at the transition there, Grogan leaving some tire marks on Torreblanca's door, pushing him into the outside zone number 3. We're talking centimeters at this point. Look at the procs, small angle correction from Torreblanca as they switch it back to the outside zone number 7. Amazing lead, amazing chase. As we flip them around. Grogan in the lead this time. Huge initiation from Grogan that is leaving Torreblanca in the dust in the back. Torreblanca taking the inside line. Grogan, he is locked in, coming from 2 to 3 on the wall. Torreblanca on the inside line, trying to close the gap there, coming from the transition on outside zone 4. Playing it safe from Grogan. You want to make sure that he doesn't hit anything, that he's able to finish this run and pull away maybe with the victory as they cross the finish line. And our judges are going to be taking a look at the replay. Let us know in the chat what you guys think, where you're joining from, and if you'd like to participate in our comp in the future. Make sure you join the Discord. The link is in the description, discord.gg/efdrift. All the announcements are posted there. There's still 3 more rounds left after this one, up to the season. 4 more rounds, I'm sorry. Still have round 5, 6, 7, and 8, which will be the grand finale. Location are not disclosed yet. We announced the track 72 hours before the events. Because we don't want drivers to be practicing 1,000 hours. We want to see them in their natural habitat, as real drifters. Got one for Grogan. Two for Grogan. Unanimous decision for Grogan. Moving on, GG both drivers. Looked like those small corrections in the chase for Iban came in hunting. Thank you for showing up as a wild card. We hope to see you next round as well. GG Grogan. Moving on at top 16 as we call our next drivers to the line now. Gonna get Farinelli going against Oscar. So this time we do have Thomas in the lead. going against Oscar in the chase. Oscar that was a bit late on the initiation there, trying to close that gap on Thomas. Thomas that is pulling away, filling out outside zone 2, really locked in all the way around. Huge correction from Oscar in the chase. Thomas just got to lay out that lead, don't hit anything, barely touching the outside clip number 4, 5, and now filling out 6, coming from that last transition onto outside zone 7. A bit late on the entry, but now he's back, bumper on the wall, crossing the finish line. As we are going to flip them around, hopefully Oscar is able to lay out the perfect lead, and Thomas can put all of the pressure on him, maybe force him to do a mistake. Some strategy going on here for the boat driver. This is the last battle of our top 32. And see Oscar really gripped up. Thomas that is putting all of the pressure, filling out the zone number 2, coming locked in, but looks like he maybe lack a bit of speed. Managed to extend the drift onto outside zone 3, transitioning for 4. Thomas is on the door. Please don't hit a wall, guys. This is an amazing battle we're watching now. Only in top 32. Thomas putting all the pressure on Oscar. GG to boat driver, that was really good. And we got 1 for Thomas. Two for Thomas. It's going to be an unanimous decision for him. Moving on. Top 16. Thank you, Oscar, showing up. That was not an easy call. Small mistakes, unfortunately, on the inside clip. Looks like it cost you the victory there. GG to both drivers. We'll move on to our top 16 now. So we can see our top 32 here with all of our drivers moving on to the top 16. So we're going to get everything set up for a top 16 here. We can see the drivers that will be battling. Go to commercials and we'll be right back.
Чё поверили, блядь? Она знает, почему у меня такие штаны. Она попалась, насосала и ответила, да, я так люблю тебя, поверила между нами хуйня. Я хз, почему, но уже боюсь вести, блядь. Она знает, почему у меня такие штаны. Она попалась, насосала и ответила, да, я так люблю тебя, поверила между нами хуйня. Я хз, почему, но уже боюсь вести, блядь. Я знаю, то, что ничего не изменяла, понял. Твой туалет охуище выше измеряла по дням. Ты выглядишь так охуительно, примерно на рам. Мой бро везет, все это в жопе, если не могу сам. Мне везет, я с фортуной, бери деньги у мамы. Мы писали альбомы, добро, мы пишем романы. Мы купили покурить. Я тебя люблю, скажи мне да или нет. Зомби в моей комнате не выключает свет. Сколько времени прошло или сколько лет? Чё поверили, блядь? Она знает, почему у меня такие штаны. Она попалась, насосала и ответила, да, я так люблю тебя, поверила между нами хуйня. Я хз, почему, но уже боюсь вести, блядь. Она знает, почему у меня такие штаны. Она попалась, насосала и ответила, да, я так люблю тебя, поверила между нами хуйня. Я хз, почему, но уже боюсь вести, блядь. Я знаю, то, что ничего не изменяла, понял. Твой туалет охуище выше измеряла по дням. Ты выглядишь так охуительно, примерно на рам. Мой бро везет, все это в жопе, если не могу сам. Мне везет, я с фортуной, бери деньги у мамы. Мы писали альбомы, добро, мы пишем романы. Мы купили покурить. Я тебя люблю, скажи мне да или нет. Зомби в моей комнате не выключает свет. Сколько времени прошло или сколько лет? Чё поверили, блядь? Она знает, почему у меня такие штаны. Она попалась, насосала и ответила, да, я так люблю тебя, поверила между нами хуйня. Я хз, почему, но уже боюсь вести, блядь. Она знает, почему у меня такие штаны. Она попалась, насосала и ответила, да, я так люблю тебя, поверила между нами хуйня. Я хз, почему, но уже боюсь вести, блядь. Я знаю, то, что ничего не изменяла, понял. Твой туалет охуище выше измеряла по дням. Ты выглядишь так охуительно, примерно на рам. Мой бро везет.
Alright guys, we are back here with our top 16. We saw Thomas that move on here in terms of our results. If we take a look at those names again, we're going to be opening up with Igor going against Drake, then Ahmed going against Gleb, Jakob going against Liam, and Ahmed going against Edvinas. All right. And it does look like need a quick server restart to get everyone there. We'll be starting shortly. I hope you guys are enjoying the show at home. This is our longest season so far. I think a season with more rounds in it brings a bit more excitement. We're only halfway, so still a lot to win, a lot to lose. Points are quite tight on the leaderboard also. And it does look like we have our drivers ready here. Ahmed, that is in the lead at the moment. He's still in the game in that top 16. See everyone's point. The cash out for the season goes up to the 16th position. And as you can see, nothing is decided yet. A lot of drivers could move things around. 1 or 2 wins, 1 participation, even if it's just in quali and you don't make it to battle, it gives you some participation points. You see some drivers with 6 points, for example, on the leaderboard. and our wild card that joined us for today. They're going to be with us for the remaining of the season. As we are getting ready here, opening up with Igor going against Drake. Great initiation. Look at the proximity here. Drake is giving everything he got. Igor is really stable and locked in on the angle there. Full throttle. We can see him playing around with that left foot braking. So the telemetry that you see on the top left there gives you the speed, the angle for the lead driver, and the proximity from the chase. And those little bars that you see on the top are indicator of deceleration on the speed. On massive angle correction for the angle. That's a solid performance from both of them. Gonna switch them around this time. Getting Drake in the lead. Igor in the chase. And the last bar that we see, we call this the in-pocket bar, so it looks at how much proximity variation there is between the two cars. You can see here Drake trying to pull away. Igor had to take the inside line to come back in the pocket, missing the outside zone number 3, barely putting the tire in the zone. Drake, that is hitting the wall. I was gonna say taking the full width of the track, maybe a bit too much, but he managed to save it, and now onto the outside zone 8. Igor, that is still on the inside line. Is that mistake gonna come and haunt Drake? We'll see what our judges have to say about that. Looking at the telemetry and the replays from different angle. What we see on the stream is not initially what the judges see, of course. They have much more flexibility when it comes down to replays and camera angles. Stream cameras are much more for the show. Got 2 for Igor, 3 for Igor. Moving on, unanimous decision. Drake, it looks like that wall tap, unfortunately, is going to cost you that victory. Thank you, both drivers. Igor moving on to our top 8. Still top seed from this morning qualification. So a hard contestant to beat today. Keep an eye out for him as we are going to move on to our next drivers here. Oh no, huge contact here between Amadi and Shoshin. And Al-Amadi is going back straight to the pit. He's gonna need probably few mechanical adjustments. While Shoshin is still gonna finish his run. We're gonna switch them around this time. We'll get Shoshin in the lead against Al-Amadi in the chase. Looks like only Ahmed went back to pit for fresh tire. Shoshin said, no, I'm in the zone. I'm staying here, ready to roll. Both drivers at the line. And it's a go. Drivers from the GL team in the lead. Ahmed in the chase. Making this transition perfectly, leaving some tire marks on the door of Shoshin. Small wall tap there. Another contact. Looks like there's contact on all of those transition, and finally had to pull back a little bit. Shoshin didn't bother, didn't nudge, stayed focused. He's in the zone. We got 2 from Shoshin. Three from Shoshin. So this is gonna be moving things a lot. Gleb moving on to our top 8. Ahmed. That is gonna be probably dropping on the season leaderboard after today's run. Looks like he was trying to push Gleb on making a mistake, but didn't work out. Next participants. Got Jacob in the lead going against Liam in the chase. And it's a go. Great transition here. Jacob is laying out a clinical run. Liam has some hard time to maintain the proximity, but now he's back in the pocket, matching the angle. Liam, that is really cool. Look at that. Deep he goes in the zone, and how much confident he is in this transition. That was an amazing run from both drivers. What a battle, and we're only in top 16, guys. Whoa, that was crazy. We are turning them around. Small contact there, probably Jacob's fault. Looks like Liam is also locked in on his lead. Small angle correction before outside zone 6, transitioning for the wall, going really deep, entering the zone where it needs to be, crossing the finish line. It looks like that angle from Liam took a bit of Jacob by surprise, judging or analyzing the zones and the replays. We got one for Liam. 2 for Liam. And 3 for Liam. That was not an easy call from both judges. I think it came down to the little correction on Jacob's part. Thank you, both drivers. Thank you, Jacob. And that's going to be another upset for today as Liam moves on to our top 8. We'll be getting the next drivers at the line. This time we got Ahmed Alsubaga going against Edvinas Roskas. Some favorite for today. Let's see what they can do. Ahmed in the lead. Great timing on the transition. Looks like Edvinas is there to put all of the pressure on Ahmed. A great transition. Ahmed maxing out the angle on outside zone number 2. Small lap tap from Edvinas. Putting all of the pressure. As we see Ahmed filling out all of those zones really deep there. Locked in on the angle. Confident in his transition. Laying out a clinical run with Edvinas on the door as both drivers cross the finish line. That was an amazing run. Looks like Edvinas put his bumper on the door and said he was just going to be chilling there for the rest of the day. And now we're turning them around. Run the second leg of that battle. Edvinas in the lead, Ahmed in the chase. Both drivers that have given an amazing run all day. Qualification up to this battle. Look at the timing on those transition. Ahmed also wants to put all of the pressure. Edvinas maxing out the angle on his car. Ahmed taking a bit of the inside line to keep that prox as Edvinas fill all of those zones. Another small contact. Ahmed had to pull back a little bit to leave some room, and they managed to save it, crossing the finish line in one piece. And judges will be looking at the replay to confirm what they've seen. Does look like Ahmed may be at fault, but they want the confirmation. It looked like Ahmed had a better lead, but that correction is probably going to cost him. Waiting for results. We got 1 for Edvinas. Is it going to be another upset? Two for Edvinas. And unanimous decision, Edvinas moving on. That's unfortunate. Ahmed, thank you so much. Little mistakes is unfortunate. The track is really not forgiving. Walls everywhere. It's quite hard. And this is it for the first half of our top 16. Before the top 8, we gotta go to the top 16, guys. Here we go. So we went to the first half of our top 16 with 3 upset there. Igor moving on top 8, Gleb moving on top 8, Liam moving on top 8, and Edvinas moving on top 8. Coming up next, we got this wild card here, Roger going against Archer. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. Leave a like, a subscribe, join our Discord, come say hi, come hang out. Follow us on Instagram. Also, we do a lot of an announcement on Instagram. Share details about the driver, about the competition over there. It's the team Effervescence or effervescence.gp on Instagram or the YouTube at EF Drift. Already at the second half of our top 16. Get our drivers at the line here, opening up this group. It's going to be Roger Cavalier going against Archer. Okay. So we got a driver that just got DQ for doing practice on the server. It was mentioned during the driver's briefing. Not to do any practice would lead to disqualification. And we got our driver here at the line ready to go. A wild card in the top 16. make some noise. So get ready to send the drivers. Let's go. Second half of the top 16. Arthur in the lead. Oh no, contact with the wall for Arthur. And it does look like Roger is gonna try to pass. But the Saito driver didn't want to let him pass. Managed to go back on the throttle, and now it really throwed off Roger out. We are flipping them around. So we got Arthur in the lead this time. Roger in the lead, I'm sorry. A lot of pressure being put by the Saito driver on Roger's door. Look at the procs there. Roger really smooth with it. He's not compromising too much, hitting the wall as well. Oh no, it's gonna be an OMT. I think maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's not. We will see. Oh, you need to back up from there, Roger. Sir, you can park there. And the judges are confirming it's going to be an OMT here. So OMT here again. Roger in the lead, in the chase. Great timing on the transition there. Roger with the mimic. Bit of a decel outside of the decel here from the Saito driver, but he's back on the throttle, coming to the outside zone number 4, putting the bumper on the wall, locking on the angle. Roger is having a hard time to stay in the pocket. Maybe he got scared by that wall that he hit the last run. And now we can clearly see a small gap between the two drivers. The lead was amazing there. We're gonna flip them around. It's a goal with Roger in the lead this time. You can see in a lot of decel there in the decel zone. But Arthur trying to stay in the pocket, keep the mimic going, leaving some room, playing it safe, but getting on the inside line and creating a contact with Roger. So judges are just trying to confirm with the driver if this was due to a lag or not, and gonna hear their decision. Looking at the telemetry as well, who was on throttle, who was on the clutch, who was on the brake. Looks like both drivers are going to be deemed at fault for the mistakes. And have a shared responsibility there. We got one for Archer. It's gonna come down to the lead and the chase, a bit of proximity, but those errors are gonna be shared between the two. 1 OMT split decision, but Archer moves on, top 8. Thank you to both drivers. GG to the wildcard Roger. Hope you join us at next round as well. And then our next battle here, we got Abdullah that got disqualified, so we're gonna send Alawi on his buy run. Just waiting for him to get to the line. Right, so we got Alawi coming into the line now for his buy run. And he is there ready to go. And it's a go for Alawi with his buy run here. He wanted to go and do the battle. I love the sports ship, but unfortunately we also need drivers to follow the rules and listen into the briefing. So unfortunately for Abdullah, got a disqualification. And Alawi with his buy run here. Solid run so far, filling out all of those zones. Showing a great show as we transition for the outside zone number 8, crossing the finish line. And they are coming in here at the line. We have Hassan in the lead, going against Florian in the chase. It's gonna be a great battle, guys. Hope you're ready. Tighten your seatbelt. It's gonna be packed with action, I feel like. Oh, maybe a restart already there with Engel sleeping at the line. Maybe missing the light. We're giving the 3-2-1 in the game chat for them this time. it's a go. Hassan in the lead. Look at that proximity. Unfortunately, that was maybe a bit too close. Had to do a little correction. Didn't stabilize Hassan's lead though, coming out of the outside zone number 3 for that transition to 4. Fully committed there. Both drivers filling out the zone. Amazing transition there. Oof, look at that. Well done. As we flip them around for the second leg at this time. Got Angle in the lead, Silic in the chase. Oh, Silic going with the side-by-side initiation. We haven't seen a lot of those today, but he's there in the pocket, putting all of the pressure on Florian. Little contact again, major contact again. Angle that kept it going. He's like, bro, stop hitting me. Swinging like Rick Rouse. The bounce of all bounce. Transitioning onto outside zone 7. Well done. Yeah, I think there's going to be some analysis needed from the judges on this one, watching at those contact. It looks like both drivers did the contact on the inside clip number 2, kind of at the same place. But I think Silic was a bit more aggressive as in contact. He was coming in hot, but Angle managed to keep it, so shout out just for keeping it. Full throttle, full angle. That's the spirit. So was the lead decelling outside of the decel? Was the chase too aggressive? What led to those contacts? That's what the judges are looking at, everything in terms of a telemetry angle. Got 1 for Silic, 2 for Silic. Looks like Angle is going to be deemed at fault, not accelerating when he should be on the throttle. Anonymous decision for Silic. Moving on. Thank you both drivers. GG. As we approach the end of that top 16 already, moving on to our next battle for the day. Gonna be Grogan going against Farinelli. Got them both at the line. A new livery for Thomas Farinelli, joining round 4, part of the X3 team. Great initiation. I know Grogan has been practicing a lot yesterday, but he's taking the wild line, missing the inside clip now. Fully committed on that transition. Farinelli putting all of the pressure. I don't know where he got this car set up from, but damn, it's making magic for him today. Grogan with the transition there, Farinelli in the pocket, putting all of the pressure on him and letting him transition safely before getting back in the pocket. What a lead from Grogan, really solid performance from both drivers. It seems like we're getting to a certain certain level now. This is the last battle over top 16. We're just gonna flip them around and see if Farinelli can also lay out a great lead and Grogan put the pressure on the door. Farinelli in the lead. Quick on the throttle, maybe lacking a bit of angle, but he is not gonna let Grogan on his door. Grogan is actively chasing that door. Farinelli missing the angle, hitting the wall, wanting to put too much sauce on that, and it's gonna come and haunt him, unfortunately. And a shout out to Kai for holding that. Both drivers managed to cross that finish line. We got 2 for Grogan. Three for Grogan. Unanimous decision. Moving on. That's unfortunate. Farinelli, thank you so much for showing up. Better luck next time. And shout out to the guy who did your car setup. Looks amazing. And GG Grogan, moving on, top 8. So if we take a look at our bracket now. We can see some good name here on the board. We'll start with Igor going against Gleb. It's going to be an amazing battle. Lehan going against Venus. That's going to be a crazy battle. Archer against Alawi. That's going to be insane. And finally, Silic against Grogan. That's also really promising. So don't go anywhere. We're getting the driver on the server as we speak. And we're going to get started with that top 8. So we're getting really into the deep here. Battle top 8. It's gonna be pretty exciting. The show so far is really good. Those walls are kind of a big killer. Maybe I should have set up a wall tap counter for you guys, or maybe someone is doing it in the chat. I don't know. We're probably at more than 10, 15 hits so far. If we count also the qualification, definitely. But we're gonna open this top 8 now. Coming up next with Igor in the lead, going against Glenn in the chase. We are waiting for Igor to get to the line. Making final adjustment on his car, and here he is. And it's a go. With the Ratskov in the lead, Shoshin in the chase. Look at that proc, Shoshin taking a bit of the inside line, dropping a tire on the inside clip. Igor is taking the full width of the track, maxing out the angle. That was quite heavy, but it timed the transition perfectly for Shoshin there. Look at that proximity. Shoshin still on the inside line, going for that prox. Both drivers crossing the line. We're gonna flip them around this time. Shoshin in the lead. Alright guys, second leg, first battle over top 8. We're just waiting for the light to get back in place and give the go to our drivers. Here it is. It's a go. Don't know what happened there. As you can see, Glad Shoshin on the line. Igor making kind of the same mistake with the tire drop, taking the inside line. So drivers going from the prox instead of the mimic and the line. It was clearly mentioned in the briefing that the judges prefer to see good mimic, good line than compromised proximity. And it was a little trans block there, but they both kept it alive. Got a 1 for Gleb. 2 for Gleb. And it's going to be an unanimous decision for Gleb. Moving on, top 4. GG both driver, Igor, some small mistakes there. Got through the victory. Thank you for showing up. It's going to be an upset for Gleb. Currently sitting in 2nd position on the season leaderboard, so he's probably most likely going to be taking the lead after today's event. As we move on to our next battle. With Liam Akiko in the lead, going against Edvinas Moroskas in the chase. And we are sending the drivers. Liam in the lead. Look at the trucks. Edvinas is hungry today. Liam, solid driver with a lot of experience. Edvinas closing that gap and pushing a little bit. Liam on outside zone 5, coming out of 6 here. Watch out for the transition. That was close. And Edvinas in the door. But what a lead from Liam. When you get a good lead, it's easy to do a good chase, and Edvinas prove it to us. When you can trust that the other driver is gonna lay out the amazing line, then you go all in. This time Edvinas in the lead. Yeah, I'm in the chase. Yes, with the huge flick, putting the tires on the line. That was an amazing initiation. Liam is on the door. Amazing mimic from Liam. Also putting all of the pressure on the L2L driver. Huge angle from Edvinas there that kind of put the chase in a bad spot, but Liam kept it under control and timed this transition correctly, coming to the finish line on the door of Edvinas. Now it's going to be a hard decision for our judges that are going to take some time to watch the replay. At all of those transition, all of the analytics, telemetry that the judges have available for them. And we got some results here at Venus moving on. Anonymous decision against Liam. GG boat driver. Well done. So it looks like some adjustments, some mistakes from Liam here is going to cost him his victory. As we got Edvinas moving on to our top 4. Moving on here with our next battle. Gonna get to Arthur in the lead, going against Alawi in the chase. That was a weird initiation here from Arthur, but Alawi is on the pocket there, on the door. Getting a bit of the inside line, now back in the pocket. Tires to tires, crossing the inside clip number 2. Huge transition here, fully committed for the Shoutout driver. They come and cross that finish line. We're gonna flip them around this time. Arthur in the chase, Alawi in the lead this time. Great initiation from Alawi, and Arthur that is stable in the pocket. Also tires to tires coming onto the inside clip number 2. Coming out for the 4th there, fully committed as well for Alawi. Small correction onto 5, opening for 6, super deep in the zone. Last transition onto 7. Arthur, small left tap before they cross the finish line. Looks like Alawi was pulling a bit more angle than him. Out of that outside zone number 7, it's going to be a lot of action for our judges to look into. Let us know what you guys think in the chat. Who should be taking it? Judges are gonna analyze that initiation there. Who was at fault? And we're gonna start to see results trickle in here. 1 OMT. Looked like those mistakes were pretty much equivalent. A little tire drop, a little trans block. We'll see if it's gonna be anonymous for that. Two OMT. We're gonna bring back the driver to the line. So we got drivers coming back to the line for that one more time. It's gonna be our third battle for our top 8. We're halfway to top 8 already. Judges are expecting better from both drivers. Let's see what they can cook for us. That was a great initiation from Archer. Alawi in the chase. All of the pressure. Look at the Mimic. Tire to tire. Even a bit faster than the lead. A lot of angle from Archer coming out to the outside zone 4. Fully committed. That flick was fast, was confident. Filling out the outside zone 6. And Alawi is putting all of the pressure on him up to the finish line. That was probably the best lead and chase of the day. So yeah, that OMT was worth it. We're gonna flip them around. See if one driver is gonna make a mistake or Archer is gonna be able to put all of the pressure as well on Alawi. Look at that proximity. Great mimic here from Sato driver in the back. They're playing it a bit safer than Alawi. Alawi a bit less committed on those transitions, a bit less snappy, but he is there on the grip, on the throttle. And we can see that prox there at 0.22. That's you're like in someone's door, I think, at this point. Judges are looking there. Looks like there was that X factors from Alawi's chase. A bit more committed, a bit more proximity as well, while maintaining the mimic on the angle. Got one for him. Judges are taking the time to analyze the run still, the initiation, the small contact. Was it just a love tap or was it really a contact? rocks overall. A lot of factor that goes into those decisions. It's not easy to be a judge making those calls. Who you think should win in the chat? Let us know. Is it Arthur K or Armo A? You got one for Alawi. An unanimous decision for Alawi. Moving on, top 4. GG. That was an insane battle from both drivers. Thank you so much, Arthur, for showing up. And GG to Alawi wildcard, making it into top 4. So really going, I think, for that podium. Is he going to be able to get some of that cash prize? As we get ready for the last heat of our top 8, sorry. Calling the drivers at the line. Looks like one of the cars is missing on the server. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back before jumping into the last battle of our top 8. It's a good time if you need to go grab something to drink. We'll be right back after this short commercial. Alright, we are back, waiting on the drivers to join up as we get to the last battle for that top 8. We already have drivers that confirmed their spot in top 4. Ironically, it's all upset so far, so will Kai keep the trend going and also upset Silic? Or will Silic manage to assert his dominance? That's what we're gonna see right now, with the drivers coming on to the line as we speak. Really strong drivers joining us today. Gorgan, it's his first time into the EF competition, and Silic, he's used to the EF competition. I think he's been in our last 5-6 season yet. So the drivers are there, ready to roll, make some noise. Last battle over top 8. Hassan Salik in the lead, going against Gorgan in the chase. Look at that proximity there. Amazing pressure being put by Krogan on the lead driver there, coming onto the transition. Outside zone number 4, Silic fully committed, locked in on the angle, super deep on the zone, taking the wide line there. Quick transition onto outside zone there. 7. And Gorgan was there putting pressure all the way around the course. What a battle. Turn it around. At this time, Gorgan in the lead, Silic in the chase. Almost trying to pass there, but he's in the pocket. Wheel to wheel. That was really close here. Silic ready to put all of the pressure on Gorgan. Gorgan coming in with huge angle on outside zone number 4. He's locked in and maintained that. Oh my god, all the way around. Transition number 3 for outside zone 7, and Silic keeping up with the pressure. Ooh, this is the type of battle we've been waiting for to see on this track. Amazing from both of them. I'm kind of happy that I'm not judging right now. But if you're at home, please let us know who should take it. Would you give it OMT on this? Like, I don't know. Was there really mistakes? We're at pro level right now. So we got the judges looking at the telemetry, making sure that there was no decel outside of the decel marked zone on the track. So those are the red line that we see. And to give you guys an inside look at what's happening behind the scene, judges usually go with a deduction. So both drivers start with 100%, and then as they drive, small mistakes, small wobble, small correction, small decel, small tap, those all add up, and then we try to decide who's going to be taking the win. When there's contact, trans block, wall tap, judges are going to want to see who's at fault exactly. So a lot came into the decision at this point. Decel from the lead, being offline on the lead, being offline on the chase, bit too aggressive on the chase, mistiming the transition. So judges really have a hard job, I would say, judging those comps, especially when those battles are so tight and exciting. I got a feeling it's gonna end in the OMT, but I'm not a judge. We will see. Sometimes it can also be a shared responsibility at fault when it's really hard to decide. Aside from the deduction, judges are also looking at those criteria as evaluated during qualification, so light, angle, and style. When you're able to max out the angle and everything else is equal, then of course you could be the one winning, or vice versa. Seen that happen a couple of times in the first round of the season on Rockingham, where the chase driver was able to pull more angle than the lead even. So sometimes can also have some wins, but most of the time judges use some deductions. When there's no mistakes though, there's no mistakes. We will see here. And we are getting the results, OMT, anonymous decision. We're gonna bring them back at the line. So I guess my instinct was right. Both drivers had really good points and it came out to the same thing. So we're gonna run it back. I hope you're also excited as I am at home. That battle was insane. So Selick in the lead, Grogan in the chase. Second attempt here. Final battle over top 8, round number 4 of the 2026 season. Great mimic in the back here from Grogan. Selick trying to pull away, but Grogan is not gonna let in there. He is in the pocket, anticipating all of his movements. Committing as well on those transitions. Look at that proximity. Coming up for the last zone here. Putting all of the pressure on Selick, hoping he makes some mistakes, but Selick stayed perfect lead, perfect chase. Equal, not easy decision for the judges, but it's not over till it's over. We're gonna run it back. Flipping position this time. Selick in the lead. Grogan in the chase. bubble from Hassan on the initiation. Grog and a tire drop there on the inside. Clip contact with Grogan. Oh no. So yeah. Big contact there. Was the contact the cause of the crash? Kind of happened right after one and the other, right? So looks like causality to me. Judges are trying to look at who's going to be deemed at fault for that contact. It looks like Selick was a bit on the inside line there. And it is unanimous decision for Grogan, keeping up with the trend of the upset that we got in that top 8 so far. Thank you, Selick, for showing up. Don't know how it went in your other comp, but the top 8 for round 4, pretty solid. Grogan moving on the top 4. GG both drivers. Top 4, the moment we've been waiting. We got one wild card in the top 4. Shout out to Alawi. It's gonna be going against Grogan. The loser of that match is gonna end up in our 3rd place match, and the winner is gonna go straight into the final. And then we'll have Gleb going against Edvinas. Same thing on this side of the bracket. The loser is going to end up in a 3rd place match. So I don't know, is that a consolidation prize? I don't think so, because there's still money attached to it. But the winner is also going to end up in the finalies. So we'll be getting the driver at the line here. Make some noise. We're already here at top 4 for round number 4. Got Edvinas in the lead, going against Shoshin in the chase. And it's a go. Yes, semi-final, round 4, Edvinas in the lead, locked in. Gleb dropping the tire on the inside clip, putting all of the pressure, taking kind of the inside line, trying to force Edvinas into a mistake. Edvinas is committed on that transition, super snappy, filling the outside zone number 6, and also kind of snappy on that transition number 7. Gleb had to close that gap before crossing the finish line. What a lead from Edvinas. Solid performance as we flip them around for that second leg. That was a really good. Maybe a bit too much of aggressivity from Gleb, but let's see what he can cook in the lead. Edvinas in the chase. Oh, Edvinas looks like he has some technical difficulty. No, he's just pulling back, angling his car correctly, getting ready. Troshin in the lead. Trying to pull away from Edvinas, but Edvinas is still in the pocket. Barely there, but he is. Making sure not to drop the tire, playing it safe, leaving some room on the transition for Gleb. Coming in fully committed. That was a snappy transition from 4-5. Making sure to fill the entirety of outside zone 6. And little mistakes there. I think, not sure what happened. Gleb ended in the wall. Looks like Effervescence blocked him. So we will see here what the judges think. Yeah. Who's going to be deemed at fault? So we are waiting for the judges to submit their votes. They're really analyzing the replay here because there's a small throttle lift on that last transition. Was it a trans block or not? Who's at fault? That's what all the judges are looking into. Got 1 for Gleb, 2 for Gleb, 3 for Gleb. Anonymous decision. Looks like Effervescence is deemed at fault for the trans block. The lifting of the throttle is part of the transition. That's what the judges are telling me. Thank you so much, Effervescence, showing up. Great job finishing top 4. Don't go anywhere because you're going to be jumping right after for the 3rd place battle. Gleb moving on to our final. Well done, Gleb. I think you're going to be starting to pull away on the season leaderboard. After this run, Gleb that is already in 2nd position with 90 points on the leaderboard. As we get the next heat of that top 4, so the right side of the bracket, called to the line. So who's gonna go against Gleb and who's gonna go against Venus? That's what we're gonna know right now. Looking at that final battle of our top 4. Alawi in the lead. Bogan in the chase. Alawi coming in hot. Gogan putting all of the pressure. Look at the mimic there. Alawi maxing out the angle. That was beautiful to see. Gogan, I think, couldn't believe it. Took him a second before matching that. But now drivers are coming to the outside zone number 4. Gogan taking a bit of the inside line, putting all of the pressure on Alawi, trying to force him onto a mistakes. But it's not going to work. Alawi is focused. He's looking at that cash prize and he says, I'm going to grab that. But, you know, we've seen that happen in the past. Maybe someone's gonna crash now. It's not over. Let's see. Great initiation. Gogan there taking the full weight of the track. Alawi on the inside line, putting the pressure on Gogan. And with the bumper on the wall, transitioning for outside zone number 4. Snappy transition there. We is in the pocket, saw that coming and timed it perfectly as they are now into the outside zone number 7. Bumper on the wall and tires across the finish line. So whoever wins this battle is going into final. Whoever loses this battle is going for a 3rd place match that we're gonna have right after this one. Sizing everything here. So it looks like Grogan was deemed at fault, was not deemed at fault. Alawi was hitting the wall even before the contact happened. So Grogan moving on to the final. And Alawi going for the 3rd place match that we're going to be hosting right now. We are calling them at the line. And following the battle seeding also from the qualification from this morning, this battle is going to be insane, guys. Make sure don't go anywhere. for third place. We got Alawi in the lead, Venus in the chase. Initiation was flawless. Venus taking a bit of the inside line, putting all of the pressure on Alawi. He is there, a little love tap. He's like, bro, don't forget about me. I'm right there. As they transition outside zone 4, snappy transition from Alawi. And that Venus is super angry today. What a run. Wow. Flawless lead. A lot of pressure from the chase. Maybe a bit of too much pressure from Venus, but right now he's in the lead, so let's see. Was he simply faster? Not. Alawi in the chase. Huge flick there. Alawi putting the pressure, pushing Venus a bit offline, but Venus also managed to save it. Good sports from both drivers. Look at that Brock, saving it from 4, 5, 6. Coming on to 7. Look at that, look at that. Oh, a little bit too aggressive, a little bit too aggressive. Oof, that's unfortunate. Was it before? I think it was right for the finish line. That's unfortunate. Looks like Alawi was too aggressive, but both drivers were really aggressive, so. Of course, judges are looking at the replay. They want to make sure that they take the right call. Who's going to be deemed at fault for that contact right before the finish line? So close. It's going to take a third place of the event. After watching the replays, it appears that we have a winner for third position. It's going to be Venus taking it. Alawi deemed at fault for that aggressivity. Both drivers were super aggressive throughout, but Effervescence didn't even get the opportunity to cross the finish line, unfortunately. That we deem at fault. Effervescence moving, well, not moving on, but taking third place. GG. Well done. I think that's your first podium of the season. I'm not sure. And now we're going to be getting into our final battle, round 4. So we're going to have Gleb in the lead, going against Grogan in the chase. Or no, we're changing them around. Ah, that's right. With Gleb in the lead. Going as per the seating advantage there. That's gonna be a good one, guys. Let's do it. Oh, and we're gonna have a restart. We're gonna have a restart here. All right, we are back after that quick restart from the driver. Final for that round 4, Effervescence 2026 season. Drivers are going. We got the Gleb in the lead from the GL team going against Rogan from the SSR team. Deep in the zone for Gleb here. Locked in all the way around outside zone 3. Rogan putting all of the pressure. Gleb is almost pulling away on those transitions. Super smooth. As Rogan tried to catch up coming to the finish line. He's on the door. Amazing lead from Gleb. That was flawless. We're gonna flip them around. Hopefully, Gleb can do as good in the chase. But Grogan has been a strong contender for this season so far, especially today. Guy in the lead. With the initiation, make sure to fill out the outside zone. Smooth with the wheel here, wheel to wheel. Gleb dropping the tire on that inside clip. All of the pressure on Kai, transitioning on the wall for outside zone 4. Snappy transition from Kai. Gleb is still in the pocket. Kai is laying out an amazing lead also on his side. It's because the finish line. GG, whoa. That's going to be hard to judge. Was that a tire drop or did I hallucinate? That's what the judges are going to be looking at. They look at all of the telemetry, all of the different camera angle. Judges are looking at everything, lead to lead, chase to chase. What do you guys think at home? Do you want to see that again? OMT? Is someone deserve the win on that? I mean, those leads were amazing. Those chases were provocative, precise. We've seen amazing driver throughout the event today. Shout out to everyone that showed up. Thank you to our partners. As we are waiting for the decision from the judges here, we have a clear winner for this event. What do you guys think at home? Looks like we got one for Grogan, one OMT. Pretty split decision right now. Oh, we got a winner. It's gonna be Grogan winning today's event. What I'm hearing from the judges is that Rogan was a bit more on the qualification line expected from the drivers, so really leaving a lot of door room for Gleb to be in the chase, and that's gonna lead to Kai taking the win for the event. GG. Thank you so much, Gleb. Thank you, Kai. Thank you to everyone watching the event at home, supporting the Effervescence Discord, our partners, the teams that are participating, everyone in the community. This is amazing. Thank you so much for helping out. Hope you guys enjoyed the event today with us. We will be updating the season score and seeing you guys again on July 11 for our round number 5. Location has not been announced yet. But yeah, stay tuned. If you're not already on the Discord, simply join and you'll see the announcement over there. Make sure to leave a follow on our socials, YouTube, on our Instagram. We don't have any TikTok yet, but who knows, maybe one day. Thanks again, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the show. Have a good rest of the day and see you on July 11th.